Hey everyone, it's November 7th, and that means that if today is your birthday, you share with serial killer Carl Eugene Watts, known as the Sunday morning slasher, who murdered perhaps as many as 100 women in the 70s and 80s. And that is him right up there. Born in 1953 in Killeen, Texas, Watts was the son of a soldier and kindergarten teacher, but his parents separated when he was just 2. He was raised by his mother, and the two moved to a suburb of Detroit when he was 9. Watts was known as a strange child, and he later claimed that he started to fantasize about torturing and killing girls when he was just 12. He started stalking them as a young teen, and his first murder occurred when he was 15, with his first arrest coming the next year for sexual assault. Only reading at a 3rd grade level, he was evaluated by psychiatrists and believed to suffer from a developmental disability with an IQ of only 68. Sent to a mental hospital, he received treatment for 4 months before being released. A psychiatrist wrote of Watts, "This patient is a paranoid young man who is struggling for control of strong homicidal impulses. His behavior controls are faulty and there is a high potential for violent acting out. This individual is considered dangerous." Apparently that's not enough for any sort of intervention to occur. Once released, he received a football scholarship to Lane College, but was kicked out of school when students complained that he was stalking them. They also suspected he was involved in the murder of a fellow student, but no evidence was found at the time to tie him to the crime. In 1974, he began his killing spree in earnest, kidnapping young women from their homes, torturing and sexually assaulting them, and then killing them. He used a variety of methods, including strangulation, stabbing, bludgeoning, and drowning, and his victims ranged in age from 14 to 44. Despite killing dozens of women over the next 8 years, he evaded capture by killing women in many different jurisdictions and states, so investigators weren't able to share data at the time the way they might now. DNA evidence was also in its infancy, and he attacked women who he had no ties to, and as such never came up as a suspect in investigations. In 1982, Watts was arrested when he was caught breaking into the homes of 2 young women in Houston, Texas. While in custody for his attempted attack on these women, police began to find similarities between this crime and a number of unsolved cases. Since he had lived in Michigan until 1981, they contacted investigators there and found that he was a good match for at least 10 unsolved murders in the state. Texas prosecutors didn't feel they had enough hard evidence to convict him of murder, so they took a plea deal where in exchange for giving a full account of his crimes, he would receive a sentence of 60 years with the possibility of parole. He then confessed to 12 murders in Texas, but Michigan kept their options open and he didn't reveal anything about his activities in the state. Watts was a model prisoner, and based on Texas law, he was eligible to be released in 2006. In 2004, he was put on trial in Michigan for one killing there in an attempt to ensure he wouldn't be released. He was convicted that year and sentenced to life in prison, and was subsequently convicted of a second murder in the state. Watts died of prostate cancer behind bars in 2007, and authorities believe that he was responsible not just for the 14 murders that are known for sure, but another 90 unsolved killings in Michigan and Ontario, Canada. His case has been featured on Cold Case Files and The Investigators on True TV. If this is your birthday, hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video. And to Carl Eugene Watts, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.